In this fifth lesson on Introduction to Arpeggios, you're now going to learn to play a second melody employing the same progression as was used in lesson 4. So this avoids you having to learn a whole new progression. Now, this melody is a little bit different in that it uses arpeggios in a slightly more subtle fashion. Arpeggios shouldn't be used just because you know how to play them and you want to throw them in there. They should be used because they help define the actual melodic concepts and ideas you were trying to convey. Okay, so let's just get right to it and make it happen. Here are the first 3 measures of this melody. So what we're going to do in the first section of this, we're going to call out fingering and pick motion. Then we're going to focus exclusively on the economy picking, what your picking hand will be doing. Then we'll play through this, counting it out so you understand the timing of everything, how it should sound when you play through it. All right? So, second finger, 5th fret, 1st string, downstroke. First finger, 4th fret of the 1st string, downstroke. Second finger, 5th fret of the 1st string, upstroke. 4th finger, 7th fret, 1st string, downstroke. Second finger, 5th fret of the 1st string, upstroke. First finger, 4th fret of the 1st string, downstroke. Second finger, 5th fret of the 1st string, upstroke. First finger, 4th fret of the 1st string, upstroke. Second finger, 5th fret of the 2nd string, upstroke. 4th finger, 7th fret of the 2nd string, downstroke. 3rd finger, 6th fret of the 3rd string, upstroke. Second finger, 5th fret, 2nd string, downstroke. 4th finger, 9th fret of the 2nd string, downstroke. Second finger, 7th fret of the 2nd string, upstroke. 4th finger, 9th fret of the 3rd string, upstroke. Now, straddle both the 3rd and the 4th string with your little finger when you do that, because the next note is on the 4th string at the 9th fret using your 4th finger, upstroke. First finger, 6th fret, 4th string, downstroke. 7th fret, 4th string, 2nd finger, downstroke. 4th finger, 9th fret of the 4th string, upstroke. All right, that's a lot of information. So pause the video, rewind and review the walkthrough if that will help you. You've got the written material as well, so you can practice it on your own while you pause the video if you're not going to review. Make sure you get this mechanically worked out, okay? Then, when you're ready to move on to the next bit, which will be economy picking specifics, go ahead and restart the video and we'll keep going. Okay, the economy picking exclusively. We're going to do string and pick motion only. Follow along in the written. Here we go. First string, down. First string, down. First string, up. First string, down. First string, up. First string, down. First string, up. First string, up. Second string, up. Second string, down. Third string, up. Second string, down. Second string, down. Second string, up. Third string, up. Fourth string, up. Fourth string, down. Fourth string, down. Fourth string, up. Okay? So you really want to pay attention to this carefully. Pause the video, rewind, walk through the demonstration, follow along if you can keep up. If you can't, that's okay. Just follow along, listen, and understand what you're seeing when you're reading the diagram. Then pause and practice it yourself. Again, the mechanics. Don't worry about timing it. That's what's coming next. All right? So when you're ready to continue, then you restart the video and we'll keep going. Let's focus on timing now. You've got the mechanics down, so let's get the timing down, how long each note is supposed to last, where they occur in relation to the beat, all right? So I'm just going to count it out and play it. Nice and easy. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right? So what you want to do is pause the video, rewind, listen to the timing. Hear how it sounds. Then pause the video, play through this, counting it out. It may be a little wonky as far as timing. If you have to pause between one part of the count and the other, that's okay. So if you're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and, that's okay. That's helping you to learn to count out loud and play at the same time. Very valuable talent and skill to have. Then, when you get it fairly smooth, as I demonstrated, what tempo are you able to do that at? Find that tempo on the metronome and maybe slow it down a beat or two a minute, and then play along with the metronome to help smooth out the flow and the timing so that it is played in time. All right? Then, when you're ready to continue, restart the video and we'll get on to the next 3 measures. Here are the next 3 bars of the melody. We're going to start on the 6th fret of the 3rd string with a downstroke. And that's your first finger, by the way. Then we're going to use the 4th finger on the 3rd string at the 9th fret, playing an upstroke. Your 2nd finger will be at the 7th fret on the 4th string. If I can play it, that's a downstroke. Then we have your 4th finger at the 9th fret of the 4th string, upstroke. Now the next 2 bars are played exactly the same, so I'm just going to tell you the first of the 2 bars. 1st finger, 6th fret, 3rd string, downstroke. 4th finger, 9th fret of the 3rd string, upstroke. 4th finger lays across the 2nd string as well, a downstroke on the 2nd string of the 9th fret. Back to the 9th fret of the 3rd string, 4th finger still laying there. That's an upstroke. 2nd finger, 7th fret, 2nd string, downstroke. 4th finger, 3rd string, 9th fret, downstroke. Then you do it exactly the same in the next measure. Nothing different. Okay? Get the mechanics right. Play through this. Pause the video. Rewind if you want to watch the walkthrough. Then pause the video and work it out. Play through it. Get your fingering correct. Get your pick motion correct. All right? Then, when you've got it fairly smoothed out, restart the video and we'll get on to the economy picking specifically. All right, let's focus on the economy picking. As you know, it's string and pick motion only. Follow along in the diagram. Here we go. Third string, down. Third string, up. Fourth string, down. Fourth string, up. Third string, down. Third string, up. Second string, down. Third string, up. Second string, down. Third string, down. Third string, down. Third string, up. Second string, down. Third string, up. Second string, down. Third string, down. If you need to, pause, rewind, and watch the demonstration. Follow along in the written. Then pause the video and play through this yourself, focusing on the mechanics. Don't worry about timing just yet. Focus on that. Get it flowing to some degree in time as far as just generally speaking. Then, when you're ready to continue, restart the video and we will focus on the timing of this section. All right? Let's look at how this is counted out. This should be old hat, but we want to make sure that everything is clear and understood. So bear with us if you already know how to do this. There are folks out there who don't actually understand this very well. We want them to be clear as well. Okay? So I'm going to count through this and play through this. Here we go. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, when you're straddling the 9th fret, if those notes ring out, that's quite all right. It's not that big a deal, okay? Because when you're playing this at a faster tempo, it'll go by a little quicker. It'll still sound pretty cool. All right? So, pause the video, rewind, listen, count along with, and if you're able, play along with. If not, that's okay. It's not that big a deal. If you're at a slower tempo, that's fine. It's more important that you get the technique correct than that you play it fast. So, what I want you to do is, as before, bring in the metronome and play this section at a tempo you can actually play it well, or at least get to that place. Then smooth it out with the metronome, after you've played through and counted it out yourself. That way you'll get it all the way in time, all right? Then when you're ready to continue, we're going to put measures 1, 2, 3 together with these measures 4, 5, and 6. I want you now to refer to the reference material that you have in the written form, because I have it written out for you, the first 6 bars. So I'm going to play through these. I'm going to count and play just the first 6 bars so you get a sense of the flow. All right? Here we go. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 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 That's how it's working. And that's how you play that section, count-wise. So if you want to rewind and listen to it and get a real good sense of how it's supposed to sound, do just that. Then, when you're ready, after having played through these first 6 bars and putting it to a metronome and counting out loud as you play, you want to hear how it sounds in relation to the beat. Part of counting things out is you will hear what you're doing right, but you'll also hear when you get your timing off. And that's part of why we count out loud, all right? So do that and go over this for a few minutes. Put it to a metronome as well. Smooth it out with the metronome at a tempo you can actually play it smooth and flowing. Speed isn't the object here. Correct execution using the techniques properly that you're learning here, okay? Then, when you're ready to continue, absolutely restart the video and we'll cover these last 2 measures. All right, the last 2 measures here. So, you're going to start with your first finger at 7 on the 3rd string, and you're going to want to straddle the 2nd string because at the 7th fret, that's the very next note. So you start with your first finger at 7 on 3, downstroke. Carry the downstroke over to the 2nd string at 7. Bring your 4th finger in at 10 and on the 2nd string, and that's an upstroke. Your 3rd finger at 9 on the 3rd string, downstroke. Lay your 3rd finger down on the 2nd string at the 9th fret, downstroke. 1st finger at 7 on the 2nd string, downstroke. Now hop your 1st finger back over to 3 and straddle both the 2nd and 3rd strings at the 7th fret because we're going to repeat it. Downstroke on the 3rd string, downstroke on the 2nd string, 4th finger at 10 on the 2nd string, upstroke. 1st finger at 7 on the 1st string, downstroke. 3rd finger at 9 on the 2nd string, upstroke. 4th finger at 10 on the 2nd string, downstroke. Okay, there you go. Pause the video, rewind if you want to walk through and listen to and watch the walkthrough. Then pause and play through it yourself. Get the mechanics right. The technique all worked out properly. And then when you're ready to continue, you can restart the video and we'll get to the economy picking element. All right, let's look at the economy picking elements here. We're going to do string and pick motion, right? So here we go. 3rd string, down. 2nd string, down. 2nd string, up. 3rd string, down. 2nd string, down. 2nd string, down. 3rd string, down. 2nd string, down. 2nd string, up. 1st string, down. 2nd string, up. 2nd string, down. Pause the video, rewind, and review if you feel the need to. Otherwise, pause the video and play through this. Focus on your picking and get that right. Then synchronize your picking and your fretting hands and make them work together as a team. And when you're ready to move forward, restart the video and we'll keep going. Now let's put it in time. Put the notes where they belong so that they sound right when you're playing the melody over the progression. Okay, so here we go. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and That's it. Okay, pause the video. If you need to rewind and review, count along with the review. When you're reviewing, count along with me and make sure you understand the count and where notes go. Follow along in the written as you're doing so. Then pause the video and play through this and smooth it out as you're able. And once you get it smooth, bring in the metronome and further reinforce the flow and the smooth and all of that, right? Then when you're ready to continue, go ahead and restart the video and we'll keep going. All right, now you've walked through all 8 bars. Now what I want you to do is I want you to sit down and connect all 8 bars together and play through them, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate the whole melody over the backing track at 85 beats a minute and let you hear how it's supposed to sound. So let me go get that set up and we'll get going. All right, there you go. The melody at 85 beats a minute, a nice relaxed pace so you can hear how it flows over the chord progression. What I want to bring to your attention right now, and part of the reason I wrote this melody the way I wrote it, is I want you to look at measures 5 and 6. You're playing over a C sharp minor chord. In fact, the first 3 notes in the 5th measure are the 1, flat 3, and the 5 of the C sharp minor chord. After that, we're picking color tones that are other chord tones, but they could also be seen as scale tones as well. So what you're doing in effect is moving between arpeggio elements and scale elements. In effect, blending the two together to create a greater whole. You're not staying exclusively with arpeggios and then moving to scales, keeping them mutually exclusive, right? You're actually bringing them together and fluidly moving between one and the other as the melodic idea calls for. Maybe it's in your head, you're hearing this idea, and doing this blending actually helps bring that out. Maybe you don't know what you're trying to create, but blending these things together gets you on the path to ideas that you kind of have in your head, but you're not sure. But this helps you define, oh, this is what I want to do. This will get me there. Now in measures 7 and 8, you're playing over the D chord, and the exact same thing is going on here as well. The first 3 notes of the 7th measure are the 1, 3, and 5 of the D chord. Then you're adding other color tones or chord tones, such as the 6, so that you're framing part of a D major 6. But again, you could look at them as being scale tones, so that you're moving between arpeggio elements and scale elements, blending between them. Again, moving fluidly between one and the other to frame the ideas, to create the melodic potentials that get you to the place you're trying to get to in creating your melodic concepts, to fleshing them out, to having them come to life and be realized, right? So bringing this to your attention shows you that you don't have to do things in a mutually exclusive fashion. You can blend the two elements together. And when you do this, you actually open up doors to more ideas and more avenues to achieve what it is you're striving to do. And that's real power, okay? So look at those 4 measures and really examine them and pay attention to what's going on there so that you can internalize that yourself and use that as well, okay? So there you go. That'll do for this lesson. Another lesson awaits, of course, and we'll be waiting for you. See you then. Hey, thanks for watching. If you would like to continue this series, please go over to Patreon, Outsmart Your Guitar, and sign up there at the Backstage Pass level. You will have access to further lessons in this series, and as the Backstage Pass infers, you'll have total access to everything else I offer over on Patreon. My Patreon channel has a lot more material than is featured here on YouTube, so you'll have the added benefit as a Backstage Pass patron to all of that material as well. Otherwise, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and you'll be subscribed. It's free. If you hit the notification bell, you'll also be informed when new content is posted, which is about once a week. I want to thank you for coming and watching my stuff. I hope you're learning a lot because it's my intention that you learn, play, and grow to become the guitar player you desire to be, to play the music you love. And that's our goal, is to help you to be able to do just that. Okay? So, thanks again for your time. We'll see you soon.